Walk into any dealership today and price out a new luxury SUV. A BMW X5 starts at $65,000. A Lexus GX starts at $64,000. A Land Rover Defender starts at $58,000 and will start breaking at 58,001 miles. For that money, you get a touchscreen, fake leather they call leatherette, and a 4-cylinder turbo engine that sounds like a crying vacuum cleaner. You are paying mansion prices for an appliance. But right now, sitting on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace, there are SUVs built like tanks, wrapped in real leather, powered by V8 engines that will outlast your mortgage. They cost $12,000. Some cost less. The secret is knowing where to look. Today, I am going to show you the 6 SUVs that make a $60,000 luxury truck look like a complete waste of money. Let's start with the one that embarrasses Land Rover owners at every stoplight, the Lexus RX350. This is the vehicle Toyota builds when they want to show off. Under the badge, it is a Toyota Land Cruiser 100 series. The United Nations uses these to cross war zones. Australian outback guides use them to cross deserts. They built this truck to survive the apocalypse, then wrapped it in Napa leather. The engine is the 2UZFE. This is a 4.7-liter V8 with an iron block and a timing belt. It is not exciting. It is not fast. It is simply indestructible. I have seen these roll into shops with 400,000 miles and the mechanic shrugs because there is nothing to fix. The transmission is the A750F 5-speed automatic. It was designed for abuse. Mechanic warning, the AHC system, the adjustable height control suspension. It works beautifully until it does not. Budget $1,500 to convert it to standard coil springs when the time comes. Once you do that, this vehicle becomes immortal. You can find clean examples for $10,000 to $14,000. A new Land Rover will lose that much in depreciation before you get home from the dealer. Now, maybe you do not need a full-size tank. You want something slightly smaller, but just as bulletproof. You want the Lexus GX470. It is secretly the Toyota 4Runner's bigger, fancier brother. It is built on the Land Cruiser Prado platform, which means body-on-frame construction, a locking center differential, and the same 4.7-liter 2UZFE V8 from the LX470. Here is the beautiful part. Because it is smaller and less famous than the LX, prices are lower. You can find these for $8,000 to $12,000 all day long. The interior is gorgeous. The seats are heated and cooled. The ride is smooth. And unlike the German competition, the check engine light is not a regular passenger. Mechanic warning. The dashboard cracks. Texas sun destroys them. It is cosmetic. A $200 cover fixes it. That is it. That is the only flaw. For a decade-old luxury SUV, that is a miracle. People pay $55,000 for a new Infiniti QX80, but you can buy the original version for $9,000, and it is actually better built. The first-generation Infiniti QX56, built from 2004 to 2010, is a monster. It shares its platform with the Nissan Armada and the Nissan Titan. It uses the VK6DE 5.6-liter V8. This is the endurance engine. It is a double overhead cam masterpiece with 320 horsepower and nearly 400 pound-feet of torque. Crucial detail: the first generation uses a traditional 5-speed automatic transmission. This is critical. The second generation QX56 switched to a 7-speed transmission that has timing chain guide issues. Stay away from 2011 and newer. The 2004 to 2010 models are the sweet spot. You get full-size American luxury, Japanese reliability, and V8 power for under $10,000. The only downside is fuel economy. You will see maybe 14 miles per gallon. But if you wanted efficiency, you would not be shopping for a V8 SUV. Here's a car that nobody talks about, and that is exactly why it is cheap. The second-generation Acura MDX, built from 2007 to 2013. Most people buy the Honda Pilot because it says Honda, but the MDX is built on the same platform with a superior engine. The 2007 to 2009 models use the J35A5 V6. The 2010 to 2013 models use the J37A1. Both are incredible. The J37 is especially impressive. It produces 300 horsepower from a naturally aspirated 3.7-liter V6. No turbos, no superchargers, just Honda engineering at its finest. The transmission is where this car shines. It uses a traditional 6-speed automatic, not a CVT. That means it will still be shifting smoothly at 250,000 miles when the CVT-equipped competition is sitting in a junkyard. Mechanic warning. The early automatic transmissions on 2007 and 2008 models had some torque converter shutter issues. If you feel vibration at low speeds, the fix is a fluid change and an update. Once addressed, these transmissions are solid. You can find these for $7,000 to $11,000. It is the best 3-row luxury SUV deal on the market. Now let's talk about the SUV that wealthy people trade in because they are embarrassed to drive something old, even if it runs perfectly, the Porsche Cayenne. Wait, stop. I know what you are thinking. A used Porsche is a financial disaster. Normally, you are correct. But the first generation Cayenne, specifically the 2008 to 2010 Cayenne S, has a loophole. These models use the M48 4.8-liter V8 engine. It is naturally aspirated and it produces 385 horsepower. It does not have the turbo plumbing and intercoolers that fail on the turbo models. The transmission is an Aisin-sourced 6-speed automatic, proven and reliable. The engine itself is robust if maintained. This was the era before Porsche went crazy with complexity. Mechanic warning. Coolant pipes. The plastic coolant pipes crack. Replace them with aluminum. This is a $500 fix. Do it immediately. Also check the transfer case seals. These Cayennes are surprisingly durable if you stay on top of preventative maintenance. For $10,000 to $14,000, you are driving a legitimate Porsche SUV that will gap most cars at a stoplight and still take you off-road. Try getting that experience in a new base model, BMW X3. You can't. And finally, the SUV that makes the entire $60,000 luxury segment look like a scam, the Lexus RX350, specifically the 2010 to 2015 models. This is the best-selling luxury SUV of all time, and there is a reason. It does everything right and nothing wrong. It uses the 2GRFE V6 engine. This is a 3.5-liter engine that Toyota has been perfecting since 2005. It produces 270 horsepower. It gets nearly 30 miles per gallon on the highway. It will run to 300,000 miles without drama. The transmission is the U660E 6-speed automatic. It is smooth, proven, and unbreakable. The interior is leagues ahead of any modern economy car. You get real leather, not that synthetic material they put in new Toyotas. You get actual buttons for the climate control, not a laggy touchscreen. The ride quality is better than most new vehicles because it uses proper suspension tuning instead of run-flat tires on oversized wheels. Mechanic warning, the 2007 to 2009 models had oil consumption issues. Avoid them. The 2010 refresh fixed everything. If you find a 2010 to 2015 RX350, With documented maintenance history, you have found automotive gold. These sell for $10,000 to $15,000. A new Toyota Venza, which is basically a worse version of this car, costs $36,000. That is the game they are playing. They want you to forget that better cars already exist. The luxury SUV market is designed to extract maximum money from your wallet. They want you to believe that new is better. It isn't. The best SUVs were built 10 to 15 years ago when engineers used real leather, real buttons, and real engines. You can buy their masterpieces for the price of a down payment on something worse. Stop paying $60,000 for plastic and payments. Buy the legends instead. But before you go shopping, you need to know which SUVs to avoid at all costs. Some of them look identical to the ones on this list, but they have hidden problems that will drain your bank account. I exposed every single one of them in this video.